my thought and my producer's thought is it was a dream. Do you think it was a dream, or do you think Inosuke is finished? Or do you think Tengen is finished? It's kind of where we are. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Hove Views, and today we get to talk about Demon Slayer episode 9. Oh my goodness, it was quite the episode, and there's a lot to unpack. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't so far. Most of my views come from people who aren't subscribed, so I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscription, hit the alerts, come back, check out more videos with your boy talking about movies, TV shows, anime, firearms, all the things that I can do here on the YouTubes. I like to give it to you guys as fast as possible. So stick around if you enjoy it. So let's talk about the episode. So didn't have a production phone call, like, pre-production or anything like that, but I did have some thoughts, and then through some text messages, my thoughts were kind of confirmed by my producer. I don't know if we're right on this one. So this episode was incredibly eventful. Just looking at things on the surface, how they appear. Inosuke is done. Tengen is done. Pretty much everybody's done except for Tanjiro Kamado, our homie. So my thought about that was, and my producer had the same thought, was it's probably a dream. It's probably not really happening that way. I kind of hope it's not happening that way, because we're losing. This is a whole season, 10 or 11 episodes of loss. This is not what I want. I wanted to see the guys come out victorious, and we thought we would get the beginnings of that victory in last week's episode, but we didn't really get that, and it's putting me in a place where it's like, okay, we got 2 left. We got episodes 10 and 11, based on that article that I forgot to link in my last video, but I'll link it here. There's 10 episodes or 11 total, 2 left, and I'm like, hey, how are we gonna wrap this up? How are we going to bring the story to a conclusion if what we just saw is accurate? And that's one thing that leads me to believe what we saw is not accurate. Inosuke is not done. Tengen is not done. My thought and my producer's thought is it was a dream. Do you think it was a dream, or do you think Inosuke is finished? Or do you think Tengen is finished? It's kind of where we are. I'm kind of believing that Tanjiro passed out at some point during this battle. I'm thinking it was at the point where they cut off the sister's head, like Daki. They cut off Daki's head, and Inosuke began to run. I think at that point, Tanjiro passed out. I don't think everything that we saw came to pass. I think it's a possibility, or maybe, no, I think that was the part, because I think it was after cutting her head off, Inosuke started to run, and he started talking about how everything was going black and it was getting dark or whatever. To either that or slightly before that, before the 3 young guys grouped up to cut off her head, he had said something like, oh, I'm getting dizzy, my eyes are getting heavy, it's getting dark. It's like, I don't know when he passed out, but I kind of feel like he passed out and he's having a nightmare about everybody dying. I don't think everybody's dying. Just to elaborate on my thoughts as to why I thought Tengen would survive this and he would move forward, is that we saw in the credits kind of give everything away if you really slow them down and watch them closely. Like, if you go back to the first change into the Entertainment District arc opening credits, you will see the blood scythe spinning, and you'll see the image of the brother who came out of Daki. Like, you'll see him in those opening credits if you slow them down and check them out. So in those opening credits, I saw Uzi, whatever, however you say his name, he was at a grave, but it was the older current version of him at a grave, and it was the same family grave that we saw in this episode. So it led me to believe that, he'll probably survive this and visit the grave sites of his siblings or family or something like that. But then we saw that scene in this episode, so I'm like, did they swap? Did they just do a character swap and make you think, you'll see an older version of him at that grave, and we just saw the younger version of him at that grave? Or was that an actual scene, and like actually promising us down the line we'll see him visit that grave as a grown, fully formed Hashira? fighting in a Demon Slayer course. I don't know where we're gonna see him again, but I do believe and I do hope that he'll survive if this was indeed a dream. This was indeed a fantastic episode. I'm looking very much forward to watching everything unfold. The next episode is titled like Never Give Up or something like that, or it could really be either way. It could really be like, hey, he was dreaming and the team is gonna keep fighting and never give up, or everybody really dead. Hoo-wee. That would be something if everybody's really dead and he has to go at it alone, because we know Tanjiro at this point, he will fight until he dies. What is gonna happen? I'm very much interested in to see these last 2 episodes. Can't wait. Let me know if you think it was a dream though. That's the question for this video. Do you think it was a dream? Do you think everybody's dead? Because I don't. Anyway, that's all I have for this here video, man. If you like my anime discussions and my talks about these episodes, please subscribe to the page. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and please come back and check out more videos.